Welcome to Mirage Game Studios. My name is Toby, I'm lead artist and community manager, and I'm joined today by
Johan, and I'm the art director.
So in this video, we're going to talk about the art direction of Space for Sale. If you don't know about Space for Sale, it's a creative sandbox game where you travel space and visit alien planets and build houses and plots for alien clients.
Yeah.
So how would you describe the aesthetic of Space for Sale?
Yeah, we wanted a very cute game, almost like when you're playing on a table with toys or miniatures and stuff, where you can almost feel the things on the table and play with them. So that's the feel we wanted to go for. Very creative and fun and warm and humorous and cute.
How do we go about to do that?
Yeah, well, we started thinking about how do we make miniatures and how do we make landscapes in miniatures. Many people here at studio are interested in like war games and miniatures and stuff like that. So we started thinking about, okay, how do we make this? And most of those environment props and stuff are made from like things you find in nature, or like styrofoam or bark or coal or whatever.
Is repurposing materials, they become something new in the diorama.
Yeah,
right.
And you maybe glue things together and paint them and stuff. And so we started thinking about, okay, how can we achieve this look in our game? And I think it was you that started talking about photogrammetry. Maybe we can set up a little studio and try to scan stuff and see what we can make of it.
We went crazy. We got a whole bunch of stuff that we started to scan.
Yeah.
So when we have established that this was something we wanted to do, we did a few tests and they turned out awesome, right? Just going into the woods and finding this guy, for example.
Yeah.
Painting this as if it was a rock became a really cool rock structure, right?
Yeah, because we didn't use the textures from, like the colors and stuff from the items, and came up with, you can make this pink and green and stuff, so you can color on it and you can make something totally different from what is intended to.
And the fact that we discarded the texture is a good way to reconcile these scanned objects with our previous art style, right?
Yeah.
Because we have a layer that unifies our entirely generated assets with these scanned ones. So we went a bit wide.
Yeah.
We started out with these like nature things like wood, but then you go out shopping. Because this kind of thing, this screws with your head.
Yeah.
So every time you see a cool shape, you're like, oh, that could be scanned.
Yeah. And then you scan it, and it's maybe crazy at first, but then you take it in and work with the materials and stuff, and it looks like something totally different.
And this became a mountain, right?
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah, we made one mountain, and then maybe, okay, we want to make a cave. So then we, tore it up and scanned this and got a little cave of the croissant.
This is a kind of tricky shape to sculpt.
Yeah, it's very tricky.
But now we just, boom, there it is in ZBrush. We can use it as it is, which is a fun shape in the game. But also you can make brushes from these, or like alphas that you can use for other projects. Just that is a huge tool for us. Despite the diorama thing we want, this is something that everyone can use.
Yeah.
To make cool things.
And lately we have started experiment with chocolate. Because chocolate, when you ship it, it's you always get this obsidian look to it. So we chopped up chocolate and use it as the ground texture, or we use it as a little rock or stuff like that.
It's really cool shapes that are like sharp.
Yeah.
And if a stamp would accidentally show up in our game, that's just a bonus for us.
Yeah.
Because that's just a diorama thing. So that's almost like an Easter egg for the players.
Yeah.
Our characters.
Yes.
And our creatures.
Yes.
Those are the stars of the show.
Yeah.
And they are sculpted from scratch.
Yeah, from scratch. Yeah, we and that's also like a decision to make creatures and stuff. We wanted them to be more, like a different feel from from the environment. So we
a lot cleaner.
A lot cleaner, yeah. It's more like small toys, plastic toys or something. You know, like you're walking around and having that.
Yeah, we really wanted to pop
Yeah,
the game world, and we want it to be fun and expressive and personable, right?
Yeah, and they interact with each other, and you know, like you can observe them from afar, and they have this cool behavior. You know, some maybe standing and doing the crab walk.
We really try to make the characters and the creatures feel alive.
Yeah,
with complex behaviors and a lot of observable traits that becomes part of gameplay. So for our part as the art team, we really want them to be memorable.
Yeah.
And the top-down perspective informs a lot of how we design interactable elements of the game.
Yeah.
Like, again, like creatures with the big heads. Maybe they are a little bit tilted back so that you can see the eyes and the little funny expressions they make.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff.
And many of the creatures are sculpted in that way. We sculpt them so they will work in this top-down view. And we're very anatomically free. You know, like we can have the mouth separate from the head to be able to make more expressive animations and stuff.
Yeah, we really want the animations to be kind of crazy with a lot of squash and stretch and a lot of surreal posing.
Yeah.
Right? It's a cartoony influence.
Yeah.
But just to make sure that you can tell what's going on, the expressions can be really over the top. So within the game, you as the player are sort of hired, or you're a franchisee of this company.
Yeah.
And what was it that informed their aesthetic and their look? So
Yeah, it started out with asking the question, what is this company we're working for?
Right.
Because it wasn't clear from the beginning, you know, like we needed, you know, like an anchor point for our team to see who are we working for. So we started out working with like concepts about their, you know, like the logo, what they were called. I think maybe we had a name for them. Empire.
No,
we didn't have a name.
Isn't even final. But we came up with a name. We came up with a logo and sort of a backstory or theme or description of them.
Yeah, we started to sketch up, you know, like the board of directors and stuff, and you know, like
kind of how aliens could be working at the Empire.
Yeah, and how is the like the organization? Are they like very hierarchical?
Which of course they are.
Which of course they are, and you know, like every department is very disconnected from each other, and you know, like this department doesn't know what that department does and stuff.
And it might seem like we harp a lot on the specifics on like the corporation in this game, but for us and working as an artist in general, it's storytelling.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe we aren't the ones who are ultimately going to write the backstory or aren't going to present it in text, but if we have these ideas and this character clear to us, then this will inform how we design like the structures, their characters and their outfits and that kind of stuff. So for example, your player base is extremely utilitarian in its design, almost brutalist, like a power tool. It's supposed to get the job done. Your gears and your tools, they're scuffed and they're used and they're hardy.
Never knew.
And this is juxtaposed with the plot objects that we have an entirely different vibe for.
Yeah.
Because they represent the sheen.
Yeah, they're selling the dream.
Yeah.
You know, like the utopian dream in space. So we've taken a lot of inspiration from, you know, old magazines from the, you know, like 60s, 50s and 40s, where they try to describe how the future is going to look like. So that's where we found a lot of inspiration. You know, it's like, okay, in the future you will have a pool, and then you will have a pinball, like a pinball at the pool. You know, like you can bathe and play games at the same time. In the real world, it's often not that comfortable. But we want to sell this dream, you know, like the utopian dream. This
naive ideal.
And it works. In our case, you know, like so that's the thing we're going for, like really. And we try to convey this in everything, like the material,
glossy, rounded.
Yeah, very plasticky, you know, like almost like Star Wars toys from the 80s or something. Very toy-like structures compared to, you know, like the base buildings that's more metal, rugged, chunky, you know, like you can. It's like putting an anvil on the ground, you know. It's a cool side to them. Like they are this like more pragmatic, and then they want to sell something more dreamish, like utopian.
So that was a whole lot about the art direction for Space for Sale and some of our thoughts about the lore and the vibes and what inspires us as we produce this game. If there's anything special you want to see, then let us know in the comments and follow us on our social media channels like our Discord and Twitter and YouTube and all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me, Joel.
Yeah, it was great. Fun to talk about everything.
Now clean this up. And until next time.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Skål.
Skål.
Ну что, эпично, круто. Ну что, ребята, круто, молодцы, красавчики. Продолжайте в тот же духе. Ладно, получите. Ну, на этом все. Всем пока. Увидимся. Следующая реакция будет на эту, как ее... Вот эту игру. Я уже сделал надпись. Осталось только сочинить сценарий и все. На этом все. Всем пока. Увидимся на следующей неделе. Я пошел писать сценарий к новому ролику. Увидимся.